Thanks for tuning into the BoshNRoll channel. Liking the video and subscribing to the channel are free and easy for you, and they help me out a lot. If you want to go further with your support, Patreon and YouTube membership offer access to the BoshNRoll Discord community, early access to lists, written content, things like that. You can have me play your deck on the channel, and the highest tiers come with individual coaching sessions. If you use YouTube membership, you also get sweet badges and emotes integrated here into YouTube. You can support the channel while you shop at tcgplayer.com by using my affiliate link in the video description, and you can play any deck anytime by using a cardhoarder.com loan account on Magic Online. If you want to wear your support, check out the merch store. And of course, thanks for being here. Now let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today, I am playing Legacy, and at the request of Patreon subscriber Hunter, I am revisiting Dark Bant, which is a channel favorite, one of my favorites. Honestly, one of my favorite Legacy decks of all time for the month and a half or so that this was really cracked. I was into it. I love the play pattern of this grindy 4-color control deck. The reason I'm kind of soft to it now is Jeskai Control has emerged as a big metagame player, and that matchup's really hard because they have Pyroblast, they have Planeswalkers, they have Narset, they have Blood Moon. Well, it was Blood Moon a month and a half ago. Now it's Ruination or From the Ashes. They have land hate, basically. And this 4-color control deck really can't stand up to too much land hate. 1-for-1 stuff like Wasteland is fine because we got Loam and Witherbloom command to push through that, and Uro, but real dedicated smear all your lands across the ground hate, like Back to Basics, Blood Moon, From the Ashes, Ruination, those cards are really rough. And the premier control deck plays them, so that is part of the concern. Another concern is that lands re-emerged as a top deck in Legacy with the 8 mulch deck, and Delver adopted Price of Progress to fight that. This is not a deck that can reasonably navigate Price of Progress either. So the metagame shifted, and the thing that made this deck great, which is all the powerful spells it gets to cast because it's 4 colors, ended up making it bad because the mana base was extremely exploitable by people interested in doing that. I personally am at a place where I don't want to work this hard if I'm not well positioned, because every win with this deck is hard. There's no cheeses, no easy victories. You're going to grind, you're going to play long games every single time. You're going to make a lot of little decisions that can hurt you if you make the wrong one. And I don't mind putting in that work if my deck is well positioned, and I'll get wins as a result. If I'm working hard fighting upstream against dedicated hate and not getting wins, that's a rough way to spend a Saturday. So I'm kind of off this for main, like, real tournaments right now, but I'm very excited to queue it into a league once in a while, test if the metagame has smoothed back at all. I have still been bumping into Jeskai in the queues lately. I don't think I've seen lands in a while. You could probably bet you're going to see Delver at least once in a league, but how dedicated they are on, like, the Price of Progress plan is a metagame fluctuation, because if they're not expecting lands, like I just said, I haven't seen much lands. If Delver's not ready for it, then they may not have the number of Price of Progresses necessary to beat you. So I do like testing the metagame once in a while by queuing up a deck like this that's extremely powerful if opponents are not ready for it. Things I have done to mitigate a little bit in that direction: main deck Mystical Dispute and another Mystical Dispute in the sideboard. This slot was Force of Negation, but Mystical Dispute lines up better against Murktide Regent and Delver, and it still hits the Narset that you really wanted to hit with Force of Negation, and it hits it cleaner. So Mystical Dispute in the main deck. And then a cool thing that Mystical Dispute does, a secret mode, is that you can just pay 3 mana to target non-blue spells. Force of Negation, you cannot pay 3 mana to target creature spells. Like, you can Mystical Dispute Muxus, or like whatever the hell, on 3 mana. That is not a thing that Force of Negation does once you achieve the 3 mana to unlock it. I'm playing a Nissa Who Shakes the World in the sideboard over Paradox Zone due to the presence of Boseiju Who Endures in the metagame. Paradox Zone used to be just an easy slam. If it ever resolved in a fair matchup, it was just a matter of time. But Boseiju really messed that up. Nissa dodges most things that Paradox Zone would be worried about. You can't Boseiju this. It meets all the same criteria of not being blue for Pyroblast, costing 5 for Prismatic Ending, etc. If they don't counter it, this is probably going to stick around for a while. I've added a Veil of Summer and a Null Rod to the sideboard. Storm has come back in force lately. I've played against more Ad Nauseam Tendrils in the last 2 weeks than I have in the 3 months before that. It's really coming back strong. And Storm is just horrendous if you're don't have some dedicated thing to shut it down. Because like I said, every game is going to take forever with this deck, and a Storm deck that gets infinite time to sculpt and fix their hand so they can discard you or just overpower your counter spells, whatever their plan is, they're going to beat you eventually. And Null Rod is the type of thing that really puts the brakes on what they're capable of. Veil of Summer also good against Reanimator with their discard, and I'll probably bring it in against Delver and their counter spells, or certainly in Control Mirrors it would come in. Just a well-rounded card for problems I may expect. And Hydroblast is a big one that is in this build of the deck that is not in every build of the deck. Pretty sure I own better art than that one. There we go. Let's get the good one in there. Hydroblast. This counters that Price of Progress I was worried about. Hits that Blood Moon, hits that Ruination, that From the Ashes, kills Dragon's Rage Channeler. This does a lot of things that I need out of a card right now for 1 mana. Hydroblast doesn't make sense in every metagame, but I think it's very good in this one. And everything else is just powerful spells spread across the 4 colors we're playing. This is Dark Bant. If you've been following my content at all, you've seen this before. Uro has sort of fallen out of favor, but I'm kind of hoping for a Forgot About Dre moment where we can just slide back in, and guess what? Uro is still a tank if you can't answer it. Rooting for that to happen. This is Dark Bant. Hunter, this is your deck. Let's do it. I'm on the play in round 1 with a real big test of the Island Ponder Keep lifestyle. Look at this hand. I'm going to keep it. And I believe I'm going to fetch Tropical Island and just hope they're not a Wasteland deck. This is so weird. This hand is just so blue for how many colors I'm playing. Tropical Island, let's go. And I'm going to ponder. Let's find some more lands. Got there. Okay. I'm going to put the 2 lands in my hand first. I can't play Narset till turn 3 anyway. I'll at least give myself choice of what I want to do with the lands. Like if I commit to drawing the fetch land, and then I end up needing the mana, then I shuffle away the Narset. If I commit to drawing the Tundra, then maybe I want to play around Wasteland by playing the fetch land. Like just picking up the 2 lands first gives you the most options. Scalding Tarn, but no play. I can brainstorm, fetch, ponder here and just completely change the texture. I'm not sure what I'm playing against yet. I'm just gonna Misty Rainforest and pass. This is also a deck that I have to be really careful about how much time I sit here narrating my simple choices, like what order to play my lands in, because time is gonna matter. Okay. Smoking Gun confirmed. Not Delver. It's just Seething Song, Jesus. All right. So we've got some sort of red stompy something here. Might be like mono red sneak attack. Show and Tell. Do I believe that you have on main deck Red Blast? I'm going to brainstorm first, see if I can flush out the Red Blast, if they have one. All right, these cards are all pretty bad. Swords to Plowshares, not where I want to be in the matchup at all. And I think I want to put back Ponder and then force pitching Baleful Strix. Okay, that resolved. I really want to slam Narset into play here. Okay, Narset, let's go. This will slow down development and make Grizzlebrand a lot worse. Show and Tell is one of the nightmare matchups, by the way. This deck is not huge in the metagame, and it's not something that Dark Bant was developed with it in mind to really target it or have a great plan for it. The Mystical Disputes go a long way, and the Hydroblast helps against the things that Dispute doesn't. So this particular build of Dark Bant is better than ones that I would have been playing 2 months ago. We got that going, but yeah, it's a rough scene. Oh god. This is a lot of colorless mana. Are we getting through the Breached? Oh my god, yeah, we are. Alright. Please be Grizzlebrand, I guess. Alright, I'm on 0 permanents. I have 2 life here, so I'm not conceding. The Emrakul dies, shuffles in. I just got to find some lands before my opponent finds another way to deal 2 damage to me. It doesn't look good, but I've won lots of games from this position before. These like one and done Emrakul attack decks sometimes just peter out. All right, look at that. We're coming back in. I missed a land drop last turn, played a land now. I'm going to brainstorm in the end step. And I think I want to do it off Underground Sea. I don't normally condone end step brainstorms, but my opponent is holding up Hardcast Force of Will. I want to challenge their mana in their end step, then go to my turn and do stuff. If this is even the fight they're going to fight. Oh no. All right. Swords of Plowshares, get out of here. Witherbloom command on top. Draw, cast Ponder. Hopefully find a fetch land. I don't want these plows, but I do pretty desperately want that Bayou. Okay, next turn I can Witherbloom command to pick up a land and destroy the Chrome Mox, which also mills the backup Swords to Plowshares. I'm also at 1, just for the record. It's also possible Chrome Mox doesn't matter, but I think clearing this, I could gain 2 life, just drain them for 2. Okay, I actually am going to do the drain thing. So they got all these Ancient Tombs for mana. I would like to insulate my life total a little bit so I can cast Force of Will or crack a fetch land at some point in this game. I'm just going to pick the Tundra up directly, skip the whole fetch land thing. Don't really want this Swords to Plowshares, but I have it. If they do, like, through the breach a Grizzlebrand, I can plow it. I can brainstorm in response to a spell here. All right, now I have kind of an interesting choice. I can brainstorm and try to do stuff. Yeah, I think I want to brainstorm to start this turn. Caracas is not bad. Swords of Plowshares is. I can put back these 2 plows. And then I can play Teferi, or I can Uro. I think I want to Uro. Fetch the basic island. Blue. Yeah, I can fetch green next turn. Uro gives me a little extra life to work with, and Real Clock next turn lets me put in the Caracas right now. Okay, Caracas gives me a layer of protection. I did mill my Mystic Sanctuary, which is kind of rough. I could Witherbloom command to pick up the Sanctuary, then Sanctuary, put Force of Will on top. Can I do all that and have a blue card in my hand? Kind of a big ask. Oh, there's Raven's Crime. I'm not like in a super hurry to Raven's Crime. I think I am in kind of a hurry to get Uro into play though. Get Tropical Island, then green, blue, leave up the black. Here comes Uro. All right, we're in there. Trigger. Prismatic Ending. Maybe next turn. I am going to Raven's Crime to start working on this hand. This is what we came here for. Let's go. I imagine their hand's full of bad cards, though, but they haven't made a land drop in like 3 or 4 turns now. I'm not really sure what's going on over there. Their hand is all spells, or all cards they don't want to show me. Lotus Petal and Seething Song are both cards in their deck, so they could have a handful of fast mana, but no payoff. They could pay off, but not be able to beat Caracas. If they find Sneak Attack, Caracas matters a whole lot less. But it does beat Through the Breach on its own. There's City of Traders. That's something they would have been sandbagging. I would count that as fast mana they don't want me to see. Okay. I am going to attack first. If they threw the breach in combat and like try to block with Grizzlebrand, that is something I can address. I didn't put the land in because I'm kind of into Raven's Crime right now. Like if I crime them twice right now, I could play Teferi and then crime them twice. I'm going to start with Teferi and then crime you. I'm criming first, and then I'm going to bounce Chrome Mox after I've crimed twice, because I don't want to let them discard the Chrome Mox. Mox Diamond, wow. This is has a lot more fast mana than I expected. Get rid of Chrome Mox. And I found a Force of Will. No blue card to go with it, though. Oh, but I can Caracas my Uro and pitch it to Force in an emergency. Okay. We're doing it. They are dead on board to the Uro. So they got to move now if they're moving. Uh-oh. Something's happening. Show and tell. If they show and tell, I think I just let this resolve. If they have Omniscience and Emrakul, they win. This could be bait for... Or you can't bait me with a sneak attack. Oh, this is tough. Grizzlebrand can't draw cards right now. One of the cards in... They would have to have exactly, like, Omniscience. Or they could have Show and Tell, putting in sneak attack. 2 red sources would kill me. Ugh. But if I... Nope, if I force... I really wish I had another blue card. Alright, I'm just going to play it safe. I might have just gotten hooked, but the Teferi makes me feel a lot better about this. And then being at exactly 5 means they can't tap both Ancient Tombs and crack the fetch land. Did I get baited? Or am I a genius? Uh-oh. 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 I'm not a genius. I'm a clown. Oh, they pitched sneak attack. They must have another Through the Breach. God damn it. Okay, I didn't have this hand beat no matter what, because if I let Show and Tell resolve, they put in sneak attack, and then they have the red mana. Yeah, that just came down to it. But remember when we had 0 permanence and missed a land drop on turn 3 and 4, and then we still were 1 turn away from winning this game, 1 life point short of winning this game? Yeah, I think they just had enough to punch through there. All right. Yeah, they had 3 payoffs. Sure. Force of Negation, Mystical Dispute, Hydroblast, Blusterstorm. I kind of do like Surgical in matchups like this that rely on a specific card like Emrakul to actually win the game. Swords to Plowshare is pretty awful here. Prismatic Ending can find targets. I mean, I am a 4-color deck, and they have sneak attack. Endurance is a flash threat that I do like. Jace is pretty bad. I mean, Jace is blue, probably better than Prismatic Ending. Dress Down is pretty cool because it takes all the abilities off of creatures, including the haste that is granted by sneak attack or Through the Breach. Like, I could dress down and just time walk them. Gotta decide if that's better than Prismatic Ending. Bringing in the Hydroblast that can destroy a sneak attack. Dress Down also being blue and just is a card I can cycle. I like that a lot. I could bring in Veil of Summer or Carpet of Flowers over the Prismatic Ending or the Dress Down. I kind of like this as is. I'm going in. Null Rod. Oh, Null Rod. We saw Mox Diamond and Lotus Petal and Chrome Mox. Okay, Null Rod's actually in. Loam isn't exciting. They're not going to be beating up my lands. They might have Blood Moon. In fact, they probably do have Blood Moon. But, alright, I'm going in like this. This opening hand, not sexy. I'm gonna mulligan. Basically doesn't interact at all. Yeah, here's a fucking banger. I'm gonna keep this and send Witherbloom command. And let's ship it. My build does not have a basic plains in the sideboard, which is something we were doing for a while to play around Blood Moon. But since Ruination became a more common spell to expect than Blood Moon, I just don't think that's really necessary anymore. Because you're going to lose to Ruination, whether you have 1 basic or 2. But being able to Prismatic Ending a Blood Moon is game-changing. I don't think I want to Brainstorm here because my hand is already good. Ooh, opponent moving to cleanup. I like that. Discarding Emrakul. Don't mind if I do. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so the Emrakuls are out of the deck. Get to see everything that's going on over there. World Spine Worms. Right. Swords of Plowshare is a lot better there. Abrade. Chandra Awakened Inferno. Jesus. Grizzlebrand. There's a Pyroblast. 2 sneak attack Through the Breach. Alright. Very Macabres. Yeah, I'm worried about this Chandra. Okay. And I could still Brainstorm in the end step, but I don't need to do that anymore. Oh, I like that Jace. I don't like that Pyroblast. I actually think I'm going to Brainstorm now. Because this Jace is not good for a long time. Okay, put back Jace and I guess Endurance. I'm not casting that right now. I'll play my land and then I can use Endurance as just like an ambush threat and start doing damage to my opponent, which is what I need to be doing right now because their hand is currently non-functional. Blusterstorm does hit Through the Breach. It does not hit sneak attack. They're going to clean up again. Discarded the Through the Breach. I have Endurance now. I'm going to flash this in the end step and just start attacking. They don't seem to have anything that interacts with this card. They played a Mountain and did not play Sneak Attack. I should have fetched with Misty Rainforest to get Savannah here. I just gave up on a color for no reason. But anyway, here's Tropical Island. I'm going to target nobody with Endurance. I don't want to put Through the Breach back in their deck where they can draw it, and I like my graveyard as a resource. Strix isn't bad, but Strix does tap me out of hardcast Mystical Dispute on Sneak Attack, which is where I need to be. Now that I'm pushing for damage, they're going to have to start taking game actions. Okay, they're going to be able to Sneak Attack with Pyroblast back up this turn, which I can punch through. There's the first Sneak Attack. I'm going to fetch Savannah here, or do I just want Tundra? Does that matter? Definitely want a white source. Does a fourth... Yeah, I think a fourth blue is better than a third green. Mystical Dispute. If I was going to fetch Tundra, I should have waited to fetch, because now I telegraphed that I have more action here. Alright, they went for it anyway. Flusterstorm the Pyroblast. Can't pay 3 for this thing. It's gone. Right, a land is pretty sweet. Black, blue. I'm going to Baleful Strix. Oh, yeah. Get in my belly. Alright, I'm going to stop in their draw step and take their Sneak Attack, which I know they have another copy of in their hand. Go after Sneak Attack here. One out of the hand. They found a Chandra and an Upbraid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're 1 mana short of Chandra. Chandra only damages non-elemental creatures and only does 3 on the sweeper mode, so Endurance can punch through. Well, if they Abrade Strix and then... Okay, yeah, just aggro Abrading Strix, fair enough. A mana source messes me up here. Is there any way out of that? Wasteland is how I get out of that. Okay. I'm gonna draw for turn. There's that fun of Prismatic Ending. That sucks. Brainstorm, find me Wasteland. Witherbloom command. Could still find Wasteland. Prismatic Ending, get out. And Force of Will. I think slamming Jace is better than, with Force Backup is better than Witherbloom commanding here. I'm gonna fetch. Is there a spell worth getting with Mystic Sanctuary? I don't think so. I think I just want Savannah and tap out for Jace. And I'm going to plus, because my hand is already Force of Will. I want to try to keep them off a mana source. All right. Do not put Grizzlebrand on the bottom. You can have another one of those. Uro. Do I Brainstorm or do I plus? Definitely attack, either way. At least do that much. How am I winning this game? Oh, if they tap Ancient Tomb, they go to 1. Can I find 1 more damage somewhere? Witherbloom commands are in my deck. I think I want a plus again. Pactum Negation. You can keep that. And that should lock up the game. I can Uro for good measure here. Found the Prismatic Ending again. Hell yeah. So now I can attack for 3, put them to 1, and they can't use their Ancient Tomb anymore. I'm going to plus with Jace again, just get another look, see if I need to take any more game actions. Simian Spirit Guide, that doesn't matter. I can Narset here. I don't think this matters, but I'm doing it. Like if they play Spirit Guide, I can bounce it with Jace and attack, and you can't tap the Ancient Tomb. There's no 4 mana spells in the hand. This game brought to you by Surgical Extraction, giving me perfect information and collapsing their win cons. After thinking about it for a moment, they packed it up. Pactum Negation is scary. That's a card that is worth knowing that they have. That makes me a lot more interested in Dress Down, actually. Because if they're willing to Pactum Negation to get a Through the Breach onto the stack, expecting to win the game that turn, and then I can like fog them with Dress Down, that's actually a game-winning line on its own. I still think Loam is too slow and bad, but getting Wasteland active could actually, like, looping Wasteland could actually win this game by itself. I like Endurance as a flash threat. Uro might be too much if I want Veil of Summer back in. I didn't see Blood Moon when I was searching their deck. Doesn't mean they don't have it. It might be a play draw thing. Carpet of Flowers is a thing that plays through Blood Moon, but I do have the basic and the Hydroblast already in here. Plus all my forces, of course. Oh, right, Swords of Plowshares, because they have World Spine Worm, but Plow isn't good against Grizzlebrand or Emrakul. Yeah, that's tricky. Dress Down is good against World Spine Worm, though. Alright, I'm gonna do it like this. Opponent kept 7. Do I keep with a show of strength? If I get a turn to start brainstorming, I like this, but I think I'd rather mulligan. Yeah, this is good. I'm gonna keep this and send Tropical Island to the bottom. Like, Wasteland and Hydroblast are 2 of the better cards against them. If I don't get turn 1'd here, we're in business. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I'm getting turn 1'd. Really? Okay, I could put in or if I put in Uro, I get my land anyway, so I guess this resolves. Uro. Uh-oh. I do not have an out to this in the deck. Damn. Alright, yeah, just turn 1'd. Yeah, I don't have my Swords of Plowshares in. I can't get to Teferi before this kills me. I guess I could technically get to Teferi before this kills me. Ah! Uh-oh, uh-oh. I need a white source. White source off the top, and we're actually somehow doing it? Oh, come on, you fucker. I'm gonna Surgical Extraction Show and Tell in the draw step. I want to know what I'm up against here. I drew my 1 of Teferi. Come on, white source. City of Traders, Simian Spirit Guide, Fairy Macabre in the hand. I actually still win this game. Oh, there is R2 Magus of the Moons. I must have just missed those. Or they were a play draw thing. I don't know. Alright, deck. White source. Come on. Don't do me like this. White source. White source. White source. White source. White source. Magic gods, I beseech thee. I beseech thee. Draw step. No! Okay. They will never know how close they were. Actually, they will know because they said they watched the channel, but GG's. Yeah, there's no other way through this. This has trample. Alright. Alright. I drew the 1 of and missed on the 8 or 9 of, whatever, but at least we got some excitement out of our lives there. GG's, opponent. I'm on the play against a Yorion deck. I'm going to keep this hand. Just brainstorm 6 lands against what is likely to be Death and Taxes. You could do worse. Just going to Flooded Strand and pass here. I could have hung out one of the lands and just dared them to wasteland me. Maybe that's actually more interesting, because I'm not missing a land drop. Okay, they're not Death and Taxes anyway. Which is a shame, because my hand's really coming together against that deck. I wonder if this is the Cephalid Breakfast Stoneforge Mystic deck that's been going around. There's a Yorion Cephalid Illusionist combo deck that is also just like a fair blue-white or Esper Stoneforge Mystic deck on the side. Blue-black. Alright, Baleful Strix. I've heard that one's good. They wisely played around Wasteland. I'm going to brainstorm now. That was not it. Oh no. When you count on your deck to do something, and it doesn't have the basic courtesy to do it. That's bad. Uro, please? Oh no. I really needed Uro there. To make use of all these lands. Next turn, I can Mystic Sanctuary my brainstorm back up, if necessary. Cabal Therapy. Okay. Swords of Plowshares is probably the name here, because it protects Stoneforge Mystic or the Shuko combo. And I just randomly have one. Oh, name Force of Will. Alright, that's the other thing that they could have named. I had the 2 cards they would ever name there. Pretty great. And they can Flashback Therapy, sacking the Strix to get rid of Plow, and just make sure that the coast is clear. Okay, this is definitely that deck. Another Plow. Fuck my life. Alright, I'm going to use the Wasteland, because that's what I have here. And when they cast their Cabal Therapy next turn, I'm going to Plow in response, and then they can decide if they want to name something different. And I don't just want to bleed out to Baleful Strix Beatdown either, so I'll fire off the Plow. Because they can sack the Strix to take the Plow anytime. Alright, they're going again with Cabal Therapy. They named Brainstorm. Alright, got him with the Plow. Rooter of the Guard, here we go. Are we going for Stoneforge Mystic, or are we moving in the direction of the combo? Stoneforge Mystic. Got it. That is one of the better cards that I have. Baleful Strix. Okay. I'm not going to shuffle. Now I am going to shuffle. We got Tropical Island, Black Blue, another Ponder, Welcome Sight. They have so many cards in their hand. I am going to trade here. I can't really afford to get nickel and dimed by 1/1s while I try to control the other stuff. Baleful Strix doesn't stop their combo kill or Cauldra, which are the two things that could come out of the Stoneforge Mystic. Right, they got the Shuko. They are going for combo. They might have Cauldra in hand anyway. All right, that's a 2/2. I'm not going to plow in response. They can have the extra life point if it comes to that. Another Strix. Nice. Ponder. I have a lot of white mana, so I'm going to use that first. I only have 1 black, 1 green available. That's good shit. I can do 2 things next turn. I could do 2 things now. I would just lose on the spot if they have the combo, though. Oh, if I Teferi to bounce. Okay, yeah, that's where I want to be. Do not shuffle my library. In case they're a Daze deck, I will play my land first. I don't really want to be bouncing Stoneforge Mystics, but it does keep Cauldra from coming into play this turn, while also leaving up Swords to Plowshares for the combo kill. Or I could just ending the Shuko. I can do that anytime, though. Let's play it slow. I have a land. 6 cards in hand. One of them Stoneforge Mystic. Nomads and Core confirmed. They've literally seen the... Oh, do they have 2 Nomads? Is that what's happening? Oh, they have the Shuko and the Nomads. Yeah, okay. And, alright, yeah, they're just overpowering the Plow. That sucks. Yeah, if I had Prismatic ending the Shuko and left up Plow, I win this game, but... Or not win this game, but I'm able to protect myself. Because they can Nomads in response to Plow. Alright, resolves. Okay, show me your deck, I guess. Oh wait, did I just fuck this up? I did fuck this up. You need 2 creatures to combo... damn it. Yeah, I needed to plow the Nomads, and then they need to not have another creature, or miss on Narcomoeba in the first one, because you can't just equip the same creature, can you? Or maybe you can. Think? No, you must be able to. Why would this deck work if you need 2 creatures in play? Alright. Disappointing. It's played around too many things. And they ended up winning. If I would just like ignored the possibility that Cauldra was in their hand and played like they have the combo, I could have stayed alive. Plague Engineer, naming Core, turns off half the combo. Naming Cephalid turns off the entire combo. Or Wizard. Flusterstorm, Hydroblast, Mystical Dispute. I feel like I want Dispute. Dress Down's kind of whatever. It's good against the ETB trigger, half of the deck. I don't know if I need 2 of them, though. Oh, this is probably a Saga deck, if they have Shuko and 80 cards. I'm not super familiar with the list, obviously. Or else I would have done better. Jace, probably too slow. I do like Raven's Crime in decks like this. I'm gonna shave an Uro. Wasteland doesn't seem great. I don't like cutting lands from this deck, but when you don't have great targets for Wasteland, it's barely even a land. Teferi, Narset are good. Mystical Dispute, fine. Wow, there's so many cards I want to bring in and not that many I want to cut. Force of Will, they have a lot of discard and protection, and if I play to the board instead, I think that'll suit me better. Maybe I don't bring in the extra dress down. Might not need Loam in this matchup. Yeah, that's an option. And then I get the dress down. I don't think they're really going to be messing with my mana. Okay, I'll do this. I can hear you shouting. You're boarding out Force of Wills against the combo deck? Well, they're also a Stoneforge Mystic deck. Gotta respect everything. That's the power of this deck. Pull you in various directions. I'll keep this and just gonna ponder immediately. I don't think there's anything I need to Mystical Dispute on turn 1. And I'm gonna take the other land, float the Prismatic Ending on top. Prismatic Ending can hit Aether Vial. Just to ponder. Could have Mystical Disputed that. No regrets. believe I want to put Baleful Strix into play this turn. You just have to keep advancing the board somehow. I think they need 3 mana to go off. So this is my last free turn to tap out, and I'm going to take it. Shuko costs 1, Nomads cost 1, Illusionist costs 2. They need 3 mana to go off. Stoneforge Mystic, okay. Went after Shuko. Got it. I am going to Prismatic Ending the Stoneforge Mystic. I still have a lot of respect for the Kaldra Batterskull half of this deck. And they would need Cavern of Souls to go off here. It's not a cavern. No way they name Mystical Dispute off of a Cabal Therapy. Resolves. They probably name Force of Will. Nope, Swords to Plowshares. I didn't have white up anyway, so they are planning for a future turn. They were not going to go off this turn anyway. This Plague Engineer is lurking, ready to name Wizard. I imagine there might be some incidental wizards in their deck. There's not going to be any incidental cephalids. Vial, okay. Better late than never. Nice 80 card deck. And there's Shuko. They're all in play. The gang's all here. They're probably wondering if they can trick me into spending effort on Aether Vial. They could win this turn. Like, the cards certainly exist if they just have, like, Swords to Plowshares, and then... But Swords to Plowshares on Plague Engineer doesn't get through the Mystical Dispute. Okay. I have another turn to play, it looks like. I'm going to Engineer on Wizard. And if they force this, I have the Mystical Dispute, but then I don't have the Dispute for the Illusionist. There's certainly a series of cards they could have that beat me here. Wizard. In with my Strix. All my lands are islands as well, so I can Mystic Sanctuary if I want my Prismatic Ending. I already have a Ponder in my hand. Witherbloom Command can destroy Shuko or Aether Vial. Thoughtseize. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. I'm going to let that resolve. If they take the Mystical Dispute, then I get to keep the Brainstorm, which gets me more action. Took the Dispute. And Lavinia is a human soldier. Okay. Okay, Shuko is on her now. I am going to buy back my Prismatic Ending right now. Mystic Sanctuary, pick up Prismatic Ending. Draw for turn. Do I care about Lavinia? If I Prismatic Ending the Vial, I'm going to start there. Because if they Vial in a 1/1 in response, I can sweep that up in the Witherbloom command. Okay, destroy a target permanent and do the land thing. Gonna destroy Shuko and do the land thing. Black, green. Pick up a Flooded Strand or Polluted Delta. Doesn't matter. Don't think that matters because I just milled the Bayou. And then I'm gonna Brainstorm. Ooh, a backup Plague Engineer is nice. I'm gonna hide the Plague Engineer on top and play Flooded Strand and attack with Baleful Strix. A Brainstorm, that's a good one. They do have a creature to Flashback Therapy with if they think they can check and go for the win. And Lavinia is a pretty good creature, but also not really. Like, I can't Force of Will, but I boarded those out anyway. I have to pay the mana for Surgical Extraction if I draw one. Uh-oh. Well, good thing I have another one of those. Please don't kill me right now. Okay. Picking up the backup, Plague Engineer. Back. And do I want to Ponder? I think I do. Ponder is probably better than Strix here. Yeah, looking for something like Mystical Dispute. Endurance isn't bad for next turn either. Now I can Dispute to protect my Plague Engineer. Okay. And we're back around. Lavinia does not affect Mystical Dispute because I do have 3 or more lands and I'm not casting it for free. I'm just casting it for a reduced rate. If they don't make me dispute something this turn, I'm going to draw Endurance, which gives me padding against the combo. And the Flooded Strand can get Tropical Island or Savannah to cast Endurance with. We're starting to move in the right direction, slowly but surely. I've seen a lot of cards since the last time they checked my hand. So they probably have to respect Swords to Plowshares, because I haven't cast any of them yet either. Recruiter of the Guard. Yep, can interact with that. This is probably on like Stoneforge duty. Human Soldier. Yeah, this doesn't interact with Illusionist at all. Alice Jailer. This Endurance is going to be a fucking heater. Okay, here are my choices. I can Strix. All right, well, I'm going to Strix. I know my next card down is Basic Island, which I don't want. I'm going to fetch for Savannah here. And then black, blue, play another Strix. I can Mystical Dispute the Palace Jailer, or I can just go wide around it. Dress Down is kind of fun too. Yeah, my hand is just full of answers right now. Now we're living the Dark Bant life. Now it's about how do I want to beat my opponent, not can I beat my opponent. And I have 2 flyers, so jamming Palace Jailer is not even an option right now. I don't care about that. I think I am just going to slam Endurance and get to work here. Start jamming sideways. The Dress Down just gives me so much protection. And I am going to target my opponent. There's a Cabal Therapy over there that I would like to be rid of. I'm sure they play more than one Shuko. Attack with the flyers and the big one. An awful lot of soldiers in this deck. Every creature in play right now is a soldier. I am going to play my land because Dress Down cantrips and I have Swords to Plowshares in my deck I can draw and spend all my mana this turn if I need to. Looted Delta's in play. They could make a 2-turn ordeal out of getting Yorion and then casting it just as a big creature. Yep, put Yorion in hand. Fair enough. The thing you can do. Witherbloom command. Is that lethal? It's very close. I can destroy Aether Vial and Recruiter of the Guard. I can also go face. I'm just going to attack with all my creatures and probably kill them here. Here comes everybody. Okay. Chumping with Lavinia when you could trade with Plague Engineer is really interesting. Yeah, they're thinking. Any version of this where they take 4 damage is fine with me. Still taking 4 damage right now. Swords to Plowshares. Oh, you have Lavinia to... Okay. I get it. I see what just happened. Playing for a long game at 2 life. Destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent, and target opponent loses 2 life. Green, black. With counterspell backup. My favorite mode on Witherbloom command is the deal 2 mode when my opponent's at 2. Count that. Okay, Palace Jailer's in this deck. I don't think this is a Pernicious Deed deck. Maybe it is. Like, if they're on Aether Vial business, and if I just sit Pernicious Deed in play, they can never combo. I guess that's not true. They can combo in response to the Deed. Shuko doesn't beat Deed, but Nomad does. But they'd have to put one or the other of those things into play first. Yeah, maybe Deed is something I'm interested in. I had a hard time cutting cards last time, too, though. And if they got Lavinias and shit, maybe Force of Will's even worse than originally anticipated. And if they're going to name Force of Will every time with Cabal Therapy, that's even worse. Veil of Summer blowing out a Cabal Therapy or a counterspell is exciting. Their removal's white, though, which is unfortunate. Okay, I think I like the Deed over another Force. I like this hand a lot. If they turn to me, I lose. But if they try to drag this out at all, this is exactly the type of hand I want. Shuko. Uh-oh. Am I getting turn 2'd? For real? Come on, plow. Don't you do it. Okay. Looks like I'm getting a turn. Oh, what a relief. Okay. For green-black, I can destroy Shuko and do the mill thing, or I can spend a turn brainstorming. I'm going to Witherbloom. Let's just do this one. Pick up a land. Ooh, I milled over the Raven's Crime. That's synergy. Alright, don't kill me this turn. They have the magical 3 mana. I'm untapping into Plague Engineer, though. Don't scum a bro. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Please cast a fairy. Okay, they just put Yorion in their hand. Holy shit. Don't scare me like that, opponent. That is rude. Don't appreciate it. I could just start beating up with Raven's Crime. I could get my Plague Engineer down. I think I'm going to start off with a Brainstorm, though. Oh, God. All right, good Brainstorm. I think after the scare last turn, I don't want to fuck around and find out. I'm just going to hold up Dress Down for this round. And the fact Raven's Crime is in my graveyard, but I'm not just discarding them is indicating that I have interaction, which I hope will slow them down long enough for that interaction to matter. It is my intention to fetch Bayou with this Misty Rainforest. And I did cut my Loam. Oh, no, I didn't. All right, Cabal Therapy's on the stack. I did not... Oh, I did cut Loam. Yeah, there it is. So these lands are not really coming back. They named Plague Engineer. Oh, they got me. That was... They've learned. Was that the first Cabal Therapy hit in the entire match? I think it is. All right. Do they have Force of Will backup for this? They must, right? Because I'm holding a removal spell and a way to stop them. Unless they're just flashing back Therapy right now. Yeah, this is a little awkward. Yeah, if they, like... Okay. There's the Therapy. I think I just dressed down for the cantrip. Yeah, if you're going to spend your combo piece disrupting that, I'm going to cast the dress down. I only play 2 Witherbloom commands, so they're not going to get 2 cards off me by accident here. They get to see the extra card, but I think dress down would have been the take anyway. They have Yorion in hand. I can make them discard 3 cards down to 1 on my turn. Yep, they name Witherbloom command. It's gone. Okay. Raven's Crime You. Discard Wasteland. Luckily, I drew another land. Raven's Crime You. Guarding Blooded Strand. I'm going to get another Underground Sea here. That is the last black source in my deck. It also turns on the Mystic Sanctuary for next turn, which means I have to dump Tropical Island because Tundra is my white source to play this game on. Alright, you got 1 card left in your hand. Dip the Yorion for it. Whatever it is. Must be good. They slam Palace Jailer here. I'm fucked. Land. Okay. Oh, I drew Mystic Sanctuary. Perfect. Oh, that actually is not that bad. Raven's Crime. I guess I discard the Tundra because I'm gonna pick up Brainstorm with my Mystic Sanctuary here. Fetching in response. Alright, some sort of instant is happening. Hope it's not too bad of one. Got a 5-mana spell. Fuck is this? Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Alright. Well, it's 3-2 versus everything I got going on here. That was a good way to get a land out of my hand, though. I'm going to put Brainstorm, or I think Ponder's better than Brainstorm here. Yeah, that sees more cards, and I want to be able to find action. I need, like, Uro right now to get through this. Start pulling ahead, or even, like, Jace is fine, though the Solitude is kind of a beating on that. I can fetch Savannah or Tundra in my deck with this Misty Rainforest. Oh no, they drew a Ponder first. Shuffle the deck, pass the turn. They did not shuffle. I hate that. Oh, I'm going to Ponder. I'm not going to Raven's Crime. I feel like I need the land at this point. Another Ponder. I don't hate. I'm going to fetch for Tundra or Savannah. I think I want Savannah. I got a lot of blue already. Okay. I'll take the Swords to Plowshares to stabilize. I am just going to fire it off now. If they pondered into Nomad plus Cephalid, you got me. But if they pondered into a Force of Will, I don't want them to untap and have the mana to cast it. That's a good one. Getting Cauldra here, I imagine. I think we're past Shuko time. Batterskull. That one is also good. Alright, Ponder. Let's pull out of this together. That's not very good. I think Shuffling's better than Brainstorming. They both see 1 new card, but I have to draw the other 2 cards if I Brainstorm. Got there. Okay. Uro time, leaving up my removal colors. Got it. And I am just going to hit the Stoneforge Mystic here. They can still hardcast Batterskull, but Uro's bigger than Batterskull. So, let's go. Haymaker magic from here on out. I kind of wish the Loam was in my deck at this point, because this is the type of game that Raven's Crime locks out, but I'm out of ways to recur lands. It's tough when your opponent's both a fair deck and a combo deck. Okay, there's the Batterskull. Just hard cast right in there. All right, Uro, let's go. Oh, yeah. Blue, blue, green, green. Leaving up 1 of every color. I'm exiling fetch lands from my graveyard because while I don't have Loam, I do have Endurance, and if I fill my deck with spells, a good place to be. I am not going to take any action until my opponent does. I don't need to plow a 4/4 when I have a 6/6. That's just basic limited math. Is this the cantrip they telegraphed last turn? Last turn they floated a blue, just like they're doing now, and then quickly tapped the other 4 and cast Batterskull. So they considered brainstorming last turn, which they telegraphed by the floating mana, and then they were like, oh wait, I have 5, and cast Batterskull. So there's the brainstorm. Hope it doesn't find removal. I guess I will plow and brainstorm in response to this. I just don't want them to hit anything. I can't afford good things to happen for my opponent right now. I think plow and brainstorm are likely things they would have named. They're not going to name surgical extraction, and I want to hide prismatic ending. What if they do name surgical? Holy shit. What if I just lost? All right, they named daze. Yeah, that's not a card in my deck. Oh, do you have true name nemesis? That would be a beating. Oh, Palace Jailer. That's so much worse. Oh no. I've suddenly lost this game. Or no, I can prismatic ending the Jailer and move Uro back into here. Okay. I believe I'm going to surgical extract their illusionist. Check their hand. Extract illusionist. Not worried about my life total here. Otawara. Oh, that's an annoying card to have when you're the Monarch. Plague Engineer, Nomads, Glasspool Mimic, Tricks. They don't have a whole lot of ways left to win this game, actually. Okay, and then 8 blue, black. Oh, black, green. Exile that, which triggers Uro, which puts a land into play from my hand. Oh, wait, no. Right. I have to become the Monarch. I'm drawing a land this turn. Right. It's not Fiend Hunter, obviously. It's much better. Now I'm going to get buried by the Monarch. I need a Narset, but I know I'm drawing land this turn. They can pick up Batterskull and then redeploy it. This one is fading quickly, team. Do I want this land? I think I do. But I'm not going to play it. If they spend any effort Cabal Therapying, I want them to miss. Oh, they didn't pick up Batterskull. They're either not thinking about it, or they have another creature to equip. Yeah, there we go. Or they're respecting Endurance with Otawara. All of which are possible. Oh, that Plague Engineer was so... Or that, whatever that card was, Palace Jailer was so good. It's Soul Herder, Jesus. Alright. This one's over. I guess I am at 17, and they have 6 minutes on their clock. But if the Batterskull starts to connect, we're done. Right, what do I even need to do here? It's not looking good. The Baleful Strix. Fairy Time Raveler. Don't hate that. It's a fairy, get in there. Bounce Soul Herder, I guess. Not convinced this matters a lot. I could just make them discard 2 cards, but they're at 5 cards in their hand now. Alright. I'm going to play a land and hope that I find a Brainstorm someday to win with. This Recruiter doesn't even need to pick up Batterskull. Heal to Fairy. There's the Baleful Strix. I am never becoming the Monarch. Yeah, this is another reason Dark Bant fell off, because between Jeskai with Days Undoing and there were like Yoriana Lauren decks and Food Chain Bant decks, and this deck with the Illusionist Espervile thing that's going on here. The other control decks just also have combo kills, and Dark Bant is only grindy control. There's no backup plan, nothing special happening. Okay. There was a window there. If Palace Jailer, I think, was literally any other card, even Jace the Mind Sculptor would have been preferable to Palace Jailer in that spot. But here we are. The way they just slammed all their creatures sideways into Endurance also, it just shows me how rolled up their hand is. And I know about the Otawara, so there's a face-up answer to Endurance. Maybe I can deck them from 43 if they keep drawing extra cards with the flickers and the triggers. Got Plague Engineer. Just in time for me to draw a creature that they can name with Plague Engineer. Let's keep this going. Oh, I also drew Plague Engineer. If I name Soldier, I can take care of that. If I name Bird. Okay. I'm going to name Bird because that one at least has flying. Soldier shrinks 2 things. I'm going to get rid of the flyer. They have Plow anyway. Which grows Soul Herder because a creature was exiled. Plague Engineer on Bird, just in time. In for 7. I am dead on board. Nomads. Okay. Get 2 more cards in the end step. This deck is so sick. Glyclave Apparition, just in case I do anything. Uro gets me another turn, except that it doesn't. Okay. Another Baleful Strix. Thanks, Plague Engineer. Get to draw a card. And Narset. Alright. Better late than never. Except not really. Like, if I had this Narset probably 3 or 4 turns ago to control the Monarch, that's one thing. But it's officially heinous at this point. Swords to Plowshares. Alright. I'll take that one. If any card in their hand is Force of Will, I lose. If they equip Batterskull to any creature other than Soul Herder, I lose. Alright, there's the Ball Therapy. Show me that counterspell. Oh, didn't have it, but don't need it. Okay, they can attack for 10, and with impunity, if they remember to equip Batterskull. There it is. There's the 5 mana activation, and we are dead. Good games. Came down to a top deck war. Raven's Crime got to work, and when the dust settled, the last card that they had that they used Cabal Therapy to smartly protect was Palace Jailer, which blanked the Uro that was about to take over the game. So there was a really pivotal turn there. But these decks that you have to respect the combo and they can also beat you on board, like, I don't think I'd really want to play against Esper Vial as Dark Bant. And this is Esper Vial with a combo kill, so I have to have shitters like Surgical Extraction in my deck. Really tough matchup and really cool deck. Once again, Dark Bant coming up just a little short. On to the next round. We're a few rounds into the video. Thanks for sticking with me. Friendly reminder that if you're still here and having fun, smash that subscribe button. And if you want to play what I'm playing, you can use my affiliate link for TCG Player to support the channel while you shop for cards, and you can try any deck anytime with a cardhoarder.com loan account for Magic Online. All these links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. I'm on the play in round 3. I'm going to keep this hand. Got another fan of the channel. Asked if they're going to be in a video. Always. My life is played on this channel. I don't play Magic for fun. Are you kidding? I release every day. All right, we got some Goblin action. This is a good hand to have Prismatic Ending against. The Chad Gamer would just play Baleful Strix and bet, but I am not that. I am a coward. I am an Uro gamer. Wish I had Witherbloom Command here, but we'll find one eventually. It'll always be good. This matchup is kind of tough game 1. When the Plague Engineers come in, it gets a lot more manageable. But they have a lot of creatures and a lot of card advantage and Cavern of Souls. Oh no. There's some sort of speed version of this. The Muxus. What are we doing here? It's Matron or War Chief? Chieftain, okay. Kind of neither, kind of both. But not actually at all. Goblin Matron. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Alright, Baleful Strix, get in there. You poor sad little devil. Do your best. I'm gonna get another Tundra and cast Ponder. Yeah, I have all my other colors set up. Having double white could matter a lot for double removal spell. Like this, exactly this. Alright, Swords of Plowshare showed up 1 game action too late for me to be very comfortable here, but still happy to see it. Alright, are we leading some rings? Oh, Twin Shot Sniper. Alright, that's fine. It's still a bunch of damage that I'm not excited about, and a 2-for-1, but at least it's not Ringleader. Okay. I am going to Prismatic Ending. I guess I could ignore the Chrome Mox and kill both creatures. Or, yeah, I actually kind of like ignoring Chrome Mox. They play a land last turn. I believe they did, yeah, because they did, it's my turn 4 and I went first, so yes, they've not missed a land drop. I'm worried about Muxus coming out of here. I guess I don't really care about Twin Shot Sniper. Alright, I'm going to exile the Chrome Mox. And I don't really need to plow the Chieftain. It's not War Chief, it doesn't affect anything until combat. So I'll let them have the Chieftain and then cut it out from under them before it deals the extra 3 or more damage this turn. Ooh, I may have just dodged a Muxus. Look at that shit. City of Traders. Alright, come on, Wasteland off the top. Raven's Crime. All right, I knew that was there. I knew it was there. I can empty their hand right now. I'm doing that for sure. Okay. Green, colorless, and then fetch Underground Sea, and then Crime, and then it's up to Uro to win this game. How'd we do? Oh, it's just 2 Chromoxes. Okay. They're in top deck mode. They don't have 6 mana if they rip Muxus. Please don't draw Ringleader right now. Like, give me a turn to Uro, and then we can reconvene and play a fair game after that. Oh no, mana's being tapped. Stop. Stop. No, not 4. Okay, Twin Shot Sniper, also fine. Every time they tap 4 mana and it's not Ringleader, I'm just like doing a victory lap. Okay, so I want to dredge Loam and then play Loam, getting back 3 lands. And then I'm going to Uro. We go to 7. Not going to dredge Loam now. All right, found a Swords to Plowshares. Put in a white source and also make my land drop for turn. All right, that Plow's going to go a long way. And I have Crime Loam set up if they ever don't play the cards in their hand. Savannah, Swords to Plowshares. And then we're going to my turn. And they're conceding. I have Uro plus Raven's Crime. Holy guacamole. That was a sweet one. Yeah, those Twin Shot Snipers. Sling Gang Commander, Ringleader, any other way they would spend 4 mana in their entire deck. I'm dead, but that was nice. Okay, Lake Engineer's coming in. Dress Down I like. Hydroblast I like. Furnish's Deed has a lot of text on it. I don't like Mystical Dispute. I don't really like Force of Will. If I can get Wastelands to control their caverns, Force of Will becomes very good. But until that point, it's very bad. I could also cut Jace, but Jace on a stable board will beat this deck. Raven's Crime MVP, though. I could turn Jace into Nissa. Nissa on a stable board will also win this game without exposing itself to Pyroblast. Okay, I'm in. Yeah, we are simply not going to rely on Wasteland to control Cavern of Souls, board out the counter spells, and play to the board. Which, like we saw last game, playing to the board is a winning strategy, and now we have Plague Engineers to back it up. And Dress Down can clip a Muxus, so we got stuff. I'm going to keep my hand with all of this interaction in it. I can answer a turn 1 Lackey. That's what I want in the world. I can start with a Ponder, or I could just Raven's Crime. I think I want a Crime. I love committing crimes. Knocked out a City of Traders. This hand must be good on mana, or short on action, if you're discarding City of Traders. Am I getting Blood Moon? Alright. Not as bad as Blood Moon. Can this deck even play Blood Moon? It's trying to get up to 6 mana really quickly. I will play my Flooded Strand. Or I'm going to Ponder and then Flooded Strand. I don't want all of this shit. Looking for removal spells at this point. I'm going to hold up Hydroblast in their main phase. If they try to go to combat, I'll kill their Rabble Master. Or I could ignore Rabble Master, but I can't really afford to take the giant hit from it up front. Because Plague Engineer kills the tokens immediately, and the Rabble itself is a 1/1, which just dies if it attacks into Plague Engineer. But I can't count that they will just never do anything else. A Rebel Master attacking this turn is in for 6. I would hate to blast this thing in combat, and then they turn around and Ringleader. War Chief. War Chief or Rabble Master? What am I actually more worried about here? Yeah, this one's actually tough, because War Chief gets Muxus on the stack next turn. Okay. I am going to counter the War Chief, take my 6, play Plague Engineer, and hope I don't get Muxused. This is a risk, but they did a good job forcing me to take this risk. Goblin with this thing. They don't have black mana, so they can't Munitions Expert. They could have, they can't Gem Palm. Now they can Gem Palm. Alright, looks like they just don't have it. Fuck yeah. That's what we like to see. Okay, nice. I can Baleful Strix and hold up Dress Down this turn, which is great because I don't want to get Muxused. Anything else is pretty much fine. I would also dress down a Ringleader, but dress down is great. Looks like we got there just in time. They jammed their 6th land. They're tapping mana. What's going on here? Oh, another Rebel Master. Oh, that makes the other one have to attack? That's risky. So they're going to lose one of them for free into my Plague Engineer and attack for 2 in the process. Oh, it's not for free, right? Oh, it is for free because Strix can block it. Yeah. All right. I lose the Strix. Wasteland. I can play Uro, but then I don't have green. I can Wasteland, then Life from the Loam. Hold up, dress down for another turn. All right, it's starting to get a little risky, but I'm going to Wasteland the Ancient Tomb, and then Life from the Loam, my 3 lands back. They have not indicated that they can hold up against a Plague Engineer yet, so I'm just going to hide behind dress down for another round. And I can crime them into the earth next turn, and or play Uro. Second pile driver is kind of scary. They don't have good attacks right now. Okay. How do I want to do this? I can just take 4. I can block the Rabble Master. I can block the pile driver. But then Rabble Master gets to go wide. I don't like that. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. I could trade with Rabble Master, end step dress down, untap Teferi, bounce a pile driver, and then try to figure it out after that. Okay, I think that one's okay. Wait, whenever it gets... Okay, that is a triggered ability. Yeah, all right. If Rabble Master's +1/+0 ability was static, dress down would end it, but it's not. All right, I'm gonna have this trade, and then end step I'm gonna dress down. I'm not gonna dredge Loam here. All right, this answers both of the pile drivers, or I could crime and answer the other one. Yeah, I'm gonna crime first. Get your hand empty, whatever that is. Get rid of it. I'm just working this thing around until Uro is GG. If their last card in hand is Pyroblast and they take out my dress down, then I'll just Prismatic Ending. All right, it was Ancient Tomb. Didn't matter. White, blue, blue. Gonna bounce a pile driver. Not gonna dredge Loam. Pernicious Deed, what's up? I am gonna Wasteland. I think Wasteland is better than Raven's Crime there. Pile driver can kill Teferi this turn. If they draw a Haste Goblin. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. That was actually completely fucking insane because... Oh, good. They did spend energy on Teferi. Am I dead for Xaxes, or am I still okay here? Don't dredge Loam. Oh, there we go. That's a relief. Okay. If I Swords to Plowshares, or if I Prismatic Ending, I can Raven's Crime, Prismatic Ending, Swords to Plowshares, and they're empty. I'm going to get Savannah, and then Prismatic Ending, and then Raven's Crime, and I can hold off on Swords to Plowshares until their main phase in case they draw... I guess if they draw any haste creature, I just lose anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh no, don't tap mana! Okay, that's not a real haste creature. Not even a creature. Alright, that's just a thing that dies to Pernicious Deed next turn. I go to 2 in the meantime. Twin Shot Sniper is lethal. I believe I do dredge Loam now. Alright, Life from the Loam, targeting Mystic Sanctuary, Bayou, and Wasteland. Okay, green, colorless. Mystic Sanctuary, can put Swords to Plowshares on top, and then I Uro. Okay. Swords to Plowshares on top, just in case. And then green, colorless. Yeah, I want to gain the life, make sure I don't die to Twin Shot Sniper. And put in Bayou. Okay. I'm ready to party. GG's. All right, we got one. Controlled a tribal deck. Just use your life total as a resource, squeeze their resources so they can't pull back ahead, and then wipe them out once you're there. Ah, crazy match. On to the next. I'm on the draw against Arkin. Arkin has been farming premiere events with Reanimator lately, but he also streams, so could be doing anything right now. And I don't like this hand. It doesn't cast any of the spells that it has, so I'm gonna mulligan. This one is worse. Okay, finally. I'm gonna put a plow and I think one of the lands on the bottom. Alright, what do we got? A volcanic island. Boring. Hope he's not playing Stifle. Another volcanic island. Double boring. The Force Will's a nice one. Alright. Are you a Stifle deck? Not yet. Tropical Island. And I guess I should have gotten Savannah there. No, that doesn't cast Strix. Tundra Sea? And I don't have green. Tundra Bayou? Tundra Bayou would have been the 2 lands I could get that get all my colors. Alright. It's fine. It's just a Volcanic Island deck. What Volcanic Island decks care about Swords to Plowshares? And I think the Volcanic Island deck that cares about Swords to Plowshares would have not have gone land go on the first 2 turns of the game. I'm getting combo vibes here. Alright, JK. Maybe this is the mid-range, like, predict version of Is It? Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Make a 2/2 goblin. Can I spend Force of Will on this, or do I want to... No, I want Endurance. Right, this is some sort of Splinter Twin deck. Do I want to Ponder? I think so. Wasteland, that ship has sailed. I do want more lands, but I also want white mana right now. Hurts to give up on a Ponder, but I think taking this drop is the right play. And I'm going to fetch Savannah just to make sure I have double green even through a Wasteland next turn. And I'm going to plow this Goblin before it makes a treasure. Gets to discard 2, draw 2 here. Dumping 2 more lands. Okay. Expressive Iteration. Yep. Never get tired of seeing that card. EI, EI, uh-oh. Brainstorm is exiled. Flooded Strand played for the turn. Ooh. That's kind of a good one. I'm going to hold on to it, though. If I can play Endurance around a Daze this turn, it might blow out a Mystic Sanctuary here. Endurance. We're in there. Get rid of those, please. Not bad. Right, the Keiki Jiki clone arrives this turn. It doesn't have haste, so next turn that's going to be a problem. This has to be Splinter Twin. Like, I fully expected Deceiver Exarch any second now. Another EI from hand. Wow, how greedy. Just wanted another one, already had one. Some people. Probably waste my white source. Yep. DRC. Uro, huh? I'm gonna brainstorm. Wasteland is actively bad. Uro here is something I want, like, eventually, but right now it's not really doing what it needs to. I'm gonna attack. I gotta win this game somehow. That Wasteland on my white is rough, because even if I Mystic Sanctuary here, getting Plow doesn't actually cast a spell. Mystical Dispute was a big pickup, though. If he does have Deceiver Exarch, that's something I can dispute. Alright, copying DRC. That's kind of sweet, because any spell you cast just dumps multiple things into the graveyard. I'm saving my dress down. I'm not gonna die to this shit. That was weird. Pay 1 mana to attack for 1 instead of 2. I believe the Wasteland is still under. Okay. I guess I can Uro into Wasteland and I'm still holding up 2 pieces of interaction. Yeah, the Wasteland just being a mana source is not nothing here. And Uro padding my life total. Always welcome. Okay, I can Mystical Dispute backed by Force, or Dress Down backed by Force. Can't do both. I'll probably Mystical Dispute before I Dress Down, because Dress Down plays into Daze. I guess this doesn't even really Splinter Twin, right? Because you need a mana. Yeah, this isn't free. Okay, yeah, I don't know. There's got to be some infinite combo here. Unless they really are just playing this card as just a value thing, because it is a sweet one. I don't know. To be determined. A petty theft. Targeting my endurance. I'm gonna let the surveil trigger resolve. Is this where I spend my mystical dispute money? I could just replay the endurance on a subsequent turn. I don't really want to get Murktide regented. Yeah, this is close. Guess I still have Force of Will. Alright. I'll fetch a Tundra and play Mystical Dispute on this. Because it is also a threat on the back end. Can't daze me here. Just got Delirious. I'm leaving the Wasteland in play as long as I can to play around daze, because next turn playing Uro is going to be part of my strat. Alright, we're just flinging fire now, trying to race the Uro. Milled over a daze. Uro backed by Force of Will is my whole game plan right now. Wasteland kind of collapse it. Unless I draw another fetch land. Main deck Pyroblast is bad news. Reflection actually does net damage this time, unlike last turn. You actually do attack for 5 instead of, or 6 instead of 5. Alright, there's Murktide Regent. Moment of truth. Am I going to win this fight over it? And if I win this fight, does that mean I lose the fight over Uro? Pyroblast in the main. My life is shit. Okay, I can still block that thing for a turn, get Uro into play. Copying it doesn't copy the tokens on it. Or the counters, not tokens. Listen to me. It's fucking casual over here. Saying random words that don't mean anything. Green, green, blue, blue. Are we in there? Nope. Alright. Yep. Had it all. I guess I could have blocked and played Uro again, but... Yeah, I probably should have given that one more turn to marinate. It's been a minute since I played with Uro. I forgot that when it gets countered, you could just do it again. Hydroblast coming in. Alright, this is like a weirdo Is It Murktide deck. None of these are particularly interesting. Even, like, you can add a card like Ledger Shredder, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but it's still just, Is It Murktide? Plague Engineer on human will mess up small Dragon's Rage channelers. I'm not convinced I care about that. Flusterstorm. I don't like Jace or Force. I like Mystical Dispute and the 1 mana interacting things. Pernicious Deed can mop up any number of X1s and the Goblin Idiot. Nissa is hard to answer. Like, do I want Plague Engineer here? Or like, I get one more card. Pernicious Deed, Plague Engineer, Nissa are the candidates. I think I want the Deed. Okay, let's do it. Got our work cut out for us here. Ready to die to Price of Progress. I love having Loam in my opener. I'm going to keep. I don't like that I have 1 colored mana source, but Loam Ponder, very exciting. I'm just going to fetch Tropical Island, cast Ponder, and hope that this works. Alright, got there immediately. Alright, I'm set up on lands. If the first Loam resolves, then I don't care about Wasteland anymore for the rest of the game. Oh, you are a Delver deck. That's a surprise. Who knew? Get rid of that. Wonder where the deck space came from to play Fable of the Mirror Breaker, if Delver's actually in this list. A Brainstorm? Ooh, we have a Brainstorm locked opponent. How do I punish? Uro is a good candidate for punishing. Do I set up the Uro? Do I just Loam now? We just slam Narset but that plays into Daze. I'm not the kind of homie who gets dazed. Yeah, I think I want to just Uro. Uro, I don't mind so much if it gets dazed. Like, them going down a land or me going up a land. Pretty comparable. My 4 lands to your 1. Here's a Ponder to try to dig out of this. This Wasteland chilling in play is pretty exciting. This deck can't have that many basics in it. Goes to shuffle. Alright. Found the land. But so did I. I can just Narset here. I can... Yeah, I think I want to Narset. Because if you Red Blast me here, I'm going to Wasteland you. When you're already digging for mana. Heal. Waste you. I'm going to find something that casts Ponder. Green, green, black. don't need double black. I think I just want another tropical island or another tundra. Yeah, I mean, next turn when I loam, it barely matters anymore what I do this turn. I just want to play to a world where maybe I don't get to loam next turn. These are not good because I already have Uro in Brainstorm. Oh, I'm gonna dredge loam 2 turns from now, or immediately, or am I just escaping Uro next turn? I think I want to shuffle this. Yeah, pretty happy with Mystical Dispute. All right, another Ponder. Shuffled last turn, spike the land. Are we going to do it again? Because I have Loam, but you don't know that. If he has Surgical... All right, Wasteland. Wow, you're wasting me? Who do you think you are? One of my favorite things to do on the entire fucking earth is cast Life from the Loam the turn after a fair deck wastelands me. We're living in my dream world right now. Maybe I should have played my land first to play around Daze and Force of Negation. Literally conceded to the Life from the Loam. I always say a lot of games end against fair wasteland decks when you cast your first Loam. I don't mean literally. I mean like 10 turns from now, but this gets you out of the squeeze they tried to put you in. But that one literally ended. That was sweet. All right. Our stable mana base has outmuscled a cheeky low land count Xerox mana base. Does anything change? Now that I've seen Delver, Plague Engineer's stock goes up, but Pernicious Deed, it's Delver also. I think I only had 1 slot. Yeah, I'm not gonna like get off of Narset. I know they have a bunch of Pyroblast in the deck now, but Narset is just the type of card that demands a Pyroblast. And between the Strix, the Narset, fading out the Pyroblast where eventually Uro starts connecting. Yeah, I'm just not going to change my deck. Back in. Ooh, a 1-lander, but it's got a carpet and the mana to cast it. I'm going to keep and hope that I don't live my opponent's fate from last game. I would love to draw a fetch land so I can like carpet with Dispute Protection or play around Daze with carpet on next turn. But I will just land carpet if I need to this turn. All right, opponent mulled to 5. That helps. I'm up 3 cards, so even if I miss my land drop, there is some significant advantage to start the game off with here. Delverino. All right. Come on, land. Okay. Carpet, don't daze me. Let's go. Resolves. Resolves. No! All right. That sucks. This is the type of game that I can lose if he follows up with Wasteland. God damn it. All right, nice 5-card hand. I just need to draw a fetch land and we're good. Just white source. Fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. All right. We're in the garbage can now. In white source. Come on. Come on. You stupid asshole. The deck, not my opponent. Good to play. Fake magic. 2 games in a row. I'm going to lose the Flusterstorm. I'm not going to have mana to use that ever. There's a Ponder on top of the deck. We're just jamming Murktide. Unlicensed Hearse. That one's good too. White Source. Oh my god. Sweet relief. If there's another Wasteland over there, you got me, but I'm taking the pressure off now. I know one of the 2 cards in hand is Ponder. Okay, Uro's not going to be reliable here. At least not until I Prismatic Ending. I have another Plow if they Murktide right away. Delver, okay. Ponder, please don't find Wasteland. God damn it. Alright, let's just draw another land. We play a lot of them. Had it the whole time. There we go. Still playing this game. I can Mystical Dispute or Brainstorm with this one. Delver didn't flip. I believe I'm going to end step Brainstorm. I don't normally like doing, but if he's got Pyroblast to just beat this up, I want my mana on my turn. Alright, ended up with a main phase Brainstorm all the same. Let's go. Hit the lands. I found the land. Dispute is getting worse. Endurance is just... I guess if I fetch... No, or I have to fetch white this turn. Strix is getting worse. Yeah, I think my plan involves white mana from here on out. If I get Savannah, that can Plow here Alright, I think the Strixes go back, and I'm just all in on white mana. White spells doing the job. Gonna get Savannah and work towards this endurance. Normally you wait for Delver to flip before you cast your Plow, but if Delver flips, it can crew Hearse. So I actually just don't want to let that happen. Okay. Delver's gone. Working in the right direction here. Oh no, Murktide, crews Hearse, attacks me, and then I'm dead. I gotta draw a mana source, a colored mana source this turn. Ugh. Alright, I gotta draw a colored mana source right now. If I do, I'm actually stable. If I don't, I'm dead. Fuck! Oh wait, I can just plow the Murktide on my turn, and then they need to come up with another creature. Alright. Don't come up with another creature. Alright, that is how that works. I do get a whole turn. I'm dead to double bolt now. God, what's happening? Whatever it is, I hope I can dispute it. Another Murktide Regent. Going for the win. Please don't have days in your hand. There's one card in your hand. Oh no, there's 0. That Murktide was the last one. Oh my god. Oh my god. Getting stable. We're stabilizing. Prismatic ending this fucking car. Time to turn the corner, folks. Alright, please don't draw Expressive Iteration. Okay, I'm getting a turn. Narset or Endurance? It's Narset. Let's go. He's just in there. Grab a Mystical Dispute. It was the only option. Now, even if he draws Bolt, he has to decide if it wants to go Face or Narset. There's the EI, that hurts. Found a Dragon's Rage Channeler. I have Endurance for that. Come on, land. Narset, let's go. Ooh, that's a big one. Witherbloom command does basically everything I want this turn. Kills DRC. Oh, it might miss on a land. I could drain my opponent instead, but I do want to swing for the land. Okay, I'm going to kill DRC and play to the possibility that I might miss a land drop. Could also brainstorm, use Prismatic Ending, skip the Witherbloom command. This is really tricky. Alright, I think I'm going to play big and take the Witherbloom command. Just play to win. Target player mills 3 and make a creature smaller. Mill me. Green, black. Let's hit the land. Alright, got the Bayou. Always had it. Okay. Need to find an Uro and gain some life before I'm dead. Price of Progress is dangerous. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Okay. The loot next turn doesn't work. We do have the Plow now. I think I want to just Endurance. Yeah, I can Endurance with protection. All right. Maybe I'll forget how this works. All right. Did not loot. That was the right decision. Endurance, let's go. Force. All right, please don't have Red Blast or Daze. Oh wait, you can pay for this. Shit. That just fucking works, doesn't it? Oh, I could have cast it. No, I couldn't leave up. I could leave up white, but not also. All right, what is this attacking? Attacking Narset. Okay, sure. That force pitched Ponder. That's a pretty big force. Okay. This just happens. All right, losing Narset kind of hurts. One card left in hand. If it's Murktide or EI, I can dispute that. Ooh. Is that good? Probably not. Alright, Mystical Dispute has gotten a lot worse in the last turn cycle. I believe I want to cast Ponder. None of these are legends. I already have a Brainstorm. I'm really looking for Uro at this point. I shuffle the library. The land is good. I'm going to play the land and then Brainstorm. Oh, this is so many fucking lands. Put back Mystic Sanctuary and I guess Underground Sea. Oh wait, I can Witherbloom command to mill these. That doesn't actually do anything though, because the creature's a 2/2. Ugh. And I can't Mystic Sanctuary because I have a smattering of lands that are not islands in play right now. The command I need to hold off on. Okay, I'm gonna put back Mystic Sanctuary and Underground Sea. And I'm just gonna pass the turn and Swords to Plowshares, this Goblin token, before combat. The tough crowd. Gonna hit this in the upkeep. To get the 2/2 Kiki Jiki shadow thing. That's really good. I can mill them with my Witherbloom command and get rid of that. I have to fetch this turn. I'm gonna get Tundra. All right, come on, deck. Oh, yes. All right. I'm going to target my opponent with Witherbloom command. Milling them isn't exciting, but getting rid of EI is. Do I want to drain them or destroy the treasure? Oh, if I destroy treasure, I think I want to drain them. Our target player mills 3, and then I get a land. Then destroying treasure is actually really interesting. That makes Murktide mystical disputable. All right. You mill 3. So getting out, or I'm about to cast Uro. That gets me out of burn range. Okay. Green and black. They're floating a blue. You mill 3. I get a land back. And then I'm going to play Arrakis and Uro, leaving up the Tundra for blue-white. Because white and blue are the color of the spells I want to cast. I guess I should have gone to combat. Burn the floating mana at least. 1, 2, 3. All right, now I am in the Mystic Sanctuary zone. I hope destroying that treasure comes in big. EI would have hit Fable the Mirror Breaker, Force of Will, and whatever they just drew. Oh my god, we got the scoop. Uro was about to go uncontested. That was a really good game. Oh, shit. This game would not have been good if I had hit my land drop. Remember how I didn't hit a land drop for like 3 turns in the first cycle of this game? Like my first land got wasted and then the game just didn't do anything for a while. If I had just done all this 3 turns sooner, like my opening hand indicated might be possible, this would not have been interesting, but it stayed interesting the fact I bricked off for so long. On to the final round. I'm on the play in the final round against a Gyruda Doom of Depths deck. I'm very excited about this. What does this mean? It's probably a Chalice of the Void deck. Oh, they just said in the chat they were watching me play this deck today. So this is probably Bomberman with the Gyruda combo at the top end. I'm going to keep this and use my Ponder to try to find an answer to Chalice of the Void. I have Prismatic Ending to Fairy and Witherbloom command that do that. And if I miss, I can just make my way up to this Uro. Got there instantly. All right. Swords of Plowshares and Witherbloom command are both things that I like to have in the creature-based combo prison matchup. So Bomberman, if you're not familiar, is Auriok Salvagers and Lion's Eye Diamond. Auriok Salvagers is a 4-mana 2/4 that you can pay 1 and a white to return an artifact that costs 1 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Lion's Eye Diamond is a 0-cost artifact that makes 3 mana, so you get infinite mana with the Bomber combo. And then you kill your opponent with Walking Ballista. And all of those cards cost even numbers. Told ya. So you get Gyruda, and then once you have infinite mana, Gyruda is just helps you hit the Walking Ballista or whatever to win the game. And that's what we're doing here. Okay, I'm gonna fetch Savannah because I want Swords of Plowshares available, and I need green this turn and white next turn. Though this might be a matchup where I'm interested in getting Mystic Sanctuary online as quick as possible. I have white mana in my hand. All right, yeah, I don't need to prioritize that. I'm gonna get the drop. I'm gonna mill myself for 3. I don't want to feed their graveyard, and I'm gonna destroy Chalice. Pick up Misty Rainforest. Yeah, Misty Rainforest gets more lands in the deck than Flooded Strand does. Flooded Strand misses Bayou. I'm pretty sure Misty gets all of them. There's Cavern. And there is 4 mana here. I could just lose right now, actually. Could have been too late. Cavern on human. Okay. Backup Chalice. I don't like that either, but I did just set up the Mystic Sanctuary, which is what I was talking about. I would love to find Endurance. That breaks up the combo without going into Chalice. Okay, I'm going to fetch for Tundra. Or, no, this time I am getting Savannah, because having double green is going to matter. Oh, and Endurance is in my graveyard already. That sucks. Okay, I do still want Savannah. Oh, nope, can't get Savannah. Have to get Tundra. I'm setting up this fucking Mystic Sanctuary line, and I'm just like, well, get Savannah. Okay, so I draw a card, get to put in a land that fetches. Just gotta hope they don't have it or don't go for it this turn, because I gotta break up this Chalice before I can do anything. Oh no. That's so much mana. Lion's Eye Diamond. Looks like we're making moves. You don't put that into play against the Prismatic Ending deck unless you mean it. Oh, this is blue mana. Okay, it's Urza. That's also a good one, but not the one I was specifically worried about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can spin Urza once and fire it off. Also Force of Will. I'm going to do the Mystic Sanctuary as planned. Get back my Witherbloom command. And then I'm going to Witherbloom command. Oh, I have Arrakis. That's kind of interesting. I'm going to Witherbloom. Do I want to drain them? My graveyard is already pretty gassed up. Raven's Crime is like the card that I could hit. Yeah, I guess with Raven's Crime in my deck, it's worth taking this swing. Oh, Wasteland is also a card that I would like to hit and turn off the Cavern. All right. Target player mills 3 and destroy a permanent. Target me, destroy Chalice. Green, black. Please don't hardcast Force of Will. I could have bounced Urza before doing this if I really wanted to play around Force of Will, but if their last card in hand is Force, then oh no. Please just flip Urza in response here. Did I fail? Did I have it and fail? Oh no. Blind flipped. Okay. Malevolent Hermit, which cannot be cast right now because it's not an instant. I did find the Wasteland. Right, I'm going to get that. And there is a Dress Down in my deck. Lots of answers. I'm going to Wasteland the Cavern. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wasteland the Cavern. And I'm going to plow Urza and trust my deck to deal with the construct. I'm way more worried about Urza. Like, the Uro in my graveyard deals with the construct. I have a YOLO Brainstorm for Force Blue card if I need to make that move next turn. But they didn't have... Like, even if they have Bomber, they need to also produce Walking Ballista this turn. Like, Infinite Mana doesn't win a game on its own, but Gyruda does get extra looks. Azorius Signet. Okay, that's fine. Deal. All right, we're tapping mana. One more look here. Okay, untap the mana. Still deciding. Oh no. Oh god. Don't do it. Don't do it. 4 mana? What is this shit? Oh, just Ballista for 2. Alright. That one's fine. You got it. Okay. Did have Ballista, did have LED, just we're missing the Salvagers. Okay. I draw a card. That was one of the best ones. So I want to fetch, or I can play the green source, don't need to fetch. Green, green, blue, blue, leave up white. I don't need to sneak a Brainstorm in here. Okay, Bayou and blue, green, green, blue. Just exiling a bunch of lands into Fairy. Wasteland and Swords of Plowshares are the cards that I care about being in my graveyard right now. And the plow doesn't even matter that much, because my Mystic Sanctuary has already been used. Okie dokies. Alright, we're chilling now. We can plow a Salvagers. I'm safe there. If this Ballista attacks, I can just block. I'll just take 6 from the construct. I don't care about that. Oh, I guess I should plow it. Nope. No, I'm going to let them attack. I'll take the damage. Make sure I'm not dead this turn. Then think about what I'm doing with the plow, the Strix, etc. Because Strix doesn't line up well against Walking Ballista. I was going to just take 6 and block with Strix next turn, but it doesn't work because of this thing. They could just YOLO Gyruda into the hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they drew a mana source, they could play the mana source, sack LED for 3, and just YOLO Gyruda. Oh god, it's happening. That is what's going on right now. It's Gyruda time. Yep, sacking the LED. Alright. If they spike a Salvagers here, I'm going to need my plow to answer it. Here we go. Gyruda hasn't been cast in a long time. What it does is it mills both players for 4, and you can choose a creature with even mana value from among those cards to put into play. So it has to come off these 8 cards. I could brainstorm here for force. I actually think that's a reasonable thing to do. Let me see. Yes, there are still white sources I can fetch. Yeah, I like the brainstorm here. Oh, Mystical Dispute checks that box as well. Endurance is very good. Okay, I don't need Caracas anymore, and Baleful Strix already doesn't really do anything. Okay. One of Mystical Dispute. White mana, green, doesn't matter. The card has to make blue. I guess the extra Tundra for more white wouldn't hurt. Dispute this guy, Ruta. I have thoughts about this. And because they had to sack the Lotus Petal and Lion's Eye Diamond to do this, the construct's now smaller than Uro. Don't even get a trade if you attack. Oh, that was a good find. Force Negation doesn't do that. And they're still going to attack because Walking Ballista finishing off the Uro is probably pretty good. Or not. You're the boss. I like drawing the land. I'm not going to play it because Uro can chuck it into play. And I still have my land drop for the turn now. Okay, time to ponder. Second plow, that should shut this system down. Do I want to Witherbloom? I don't think so. I could kill the Signet or Opal, but that doesn't seem that important. I think I'm actually just going to chill. I can cast 2 plows and endurance on their turn. They are a graveyard combo deck, a creature-based graveyard combo deck, which I have covered 3 different ways. And they're slowly getting beat down by Uro. All right, I'm going to endurance first, which gets to consume the Walking Ballista. Target my opponent, putting Gyruda back in their deck where they can cast it again. Oh no. Block the Ballista. Looks like they're going to charge the Ballista on the way out. Sure, just ping me for 3 before it's dead. I'm going to let them ping off first, because then the construct will be 1 point smaller when I plow, and they gain 1 less life. I don't even really need to remove the construct. I think if this were the Pro Tour, I just wouldn't even mess with that thing. Like, just make sure I never get comboed out is probably a priority, but on 0 cards, it's whatever. Let's just close this thing. Okay. Navigated that one. There was definitely a turn cycle or 2 where it was just like, if you have it, I'm dead. But my opponent was just asking in the chat if I think that the deck they're playing is still competitive. I have a friend, Mr. Nick DeJean, who is really into this deck and serious about it. I know he has won some tournaments in like semi-recent memory with it. And I would be really worried about the 8-cast splash damage, though. Like, 8-cast and Reanimator are 2 of the biggest decks in the format, and this deck is soft to things that affect both of those. Kind of rough. And I don't think this is a Jace situation. Mystical Dispute's kind of a trick, because, like, the counterspells are good unless they have Cavern, and then they're bad, and Witherbloom Command's really good regardless. Plow and Ending are good. Dress Down's good. My whole deck's already good against them, and then I'm also bringing in 7 more cards. I don't think I can just, like, pretend they'll never have Cavern, or they'll always have Cavern and cut my forces. Endurance is Graveyard Hate. Teferi might actually be kind of medium. An Uro's good, but being alive is step 1 in the matchup. I'll find an Uro once I'm stable. Surgical Extraction, they can't have a single extra mana floating. Alright, yeah, Surgical's actually kind of bad. Because if you sack LED for white, use 2 of it to get back the LED, I Surgical, any other mana you have anywhere can pair with the 3rd white you made and get back the LED and just play around the Graveyard Hate. Maybe Surgical's bad, and I need to focus on beating the creature that's recurring the thing, not the actual thing. Strix might be a little slow. And hang out right here. This is the sweet spot. Well, with 25 seconds on my clock, I'm not going to figure out something better. In we go. Oh, am I? Oh, okay. The Seeds of Innocence. I panicked for a second. I was like, I forgot the seeds. And then I panicked that there's not a seeds, and it's because I already brought it in. I'm all over it. God, this league has melted my brain. This one is really dangerous because I have the answer to Chalice, but I don't have any colors that cast it. I just have blue-white mana and a Golgari spell. Loam's not getting online. I can pitch cast Endurance. I can't cast Strix. This is like pretty close to playable, but also bad. If my opponent does have turn 1 Chalice, I'll be really disappointed I kept this hand. If they don't, I'll be totally fine with this hand because Ponder fixes everything. Opponent did keep 7. I'm going to try it. Let's fucking go. I won game 1. That means I can take risks in game 2, right? If I didn't have Endurance, I would not keep this hand, just so you all know. That is just a nice way to interact with the combo part of the deck, and against the fair part of the deck, I hope I have time to operate. And looks like they just don't have Chalice. And you were all worried for nothing. I am going to Tundra Ponder, because the Ponder can inform what I need to fetch. I don't want Strix. I will take Prismatic Ending and Brainstorm, though. If the Ending can answer a Chalice even without green and black mana, then I can save the Witherbloom command for something else later. Or just whatever they do this turn. I can also just ignore what they do this turn, cast Baleful Strix. Malevolent Hermit. Alright. There's that guy. I think what I want to do here is fetch Bayou and just get all my colors lined up. Then it doesn't matter what land I draw, and I can cast Witherbloom command with any of them. This mana also casts Strix. It gets me halfway to Endurance. I'm going to Ending the Hermit. Right now, while they're tapped out, can't put it in the graveyard in response, exile this creature with graveyard synergies. And they do have the turn 2 Saga, which I'm going to have to respect. There's 2 Dress Downs, a Seeds of Innocence, and a Pernicious Deed in the deck, which is the thing I was talking about, which is the splash damage against 8 cast, because none of those cards would be in my deck if 8 cast wasn't a deck. Oh, we're just salvaging. Okay. There's no mana floating. If they go for the combo here, Endurance is actually going to blow out. Unless there's 2 LEDs, then I'm dead. I guess that doesn't matter, because I'll just get... Alright. If you go for it here... Oh no! The pedal. That's the extra mana. I was talking about it. Oh, but you can't get back LED and Ballista if you discard your hand here. You can't get infinite mana to Gyruda with. Alright, we'll see how hard they want to go. Because infinite mana is on the board right now. Through a graveyard hate spell. Alright, they're just shipping. Okay. I like that. Oh, Force of Will. Not the worst card I've ever seen in my life. If I Brainstorm, I give up on Baleful Strix, but Brainstorm's way better than that, so yeah. Easy Brainstorm here. I'm looking for Swords to Plowshares. Dress Down is also a really good one, though. And I have Force. Alright, this is game. I'm gonna put, not game over, but I have game to play, is what I'm trying to spit out here. I'm gonna put back Loam and Witherbloom command, and then play the Underground Sea, which Dress Down can... Oh, I just put both of the green cards back on top of my deck. Oh, Dress Down will draw one of them. Don't worry. Don't worry. I didn't fuck it up that bad. And let me tell you a cool trick about Walking Ballista. If you Dress Down in response, it just comes into play and dies. Entering the battlefield with +1 counters on it, equal to the mana you spent, is an ability on a card. So I kind of hope they do combo this turn, actually. Alright, Saga just got another LED. Didn't make any constructs. I have Dress Down with Force backup. I can fight over Gyruda, and I can blank Walking Ballista. And then untap. I don't have double green. I can sweep the graveyard, but I can't cast the homie. Endurance. Urza. This is not a card I want to play against. I'm going to Force of Will pitching Strix. As much as I would like to Mystical Dispute it and save the 2-for-1, I think the Dress Down is too important to the rest of the plan here. Blast Zone, 1 card left in hand. I think I stacked my cards backwards, though. I really would rather pitch Loam to Endurance and play Witherbloom command than the inverse. They want to do it so bad. They're over there like, oh god, I have infinite mana and Gyruda, 1 card in hand. Alright, they're going for it. Salvagers was the last card in hand, so I'm going to have to Dress Down the Gyruda, which is still a 6/6. Yeah, I guess we'll see how much mana they leave floating. I also have to be careful how I sequence this, because Endurance will not have an ability until the dress down dies. Yeah, my plan is to just dress down the Gyruda and then figure it out. I don't need to Endurance this turn. There's nothing coming from the graveyard. Feel bad making them click through this, but as you can see, I actually do have interaction, and how much mana they float actually matters, and there's a lot going on here. They could stop right now if they want to spend both LEDs, but that's just the only reason you would do that is lazy clicking. Because in real life, you would just say, I have infinite mana of all the colors and get Gyruda while leaving an LED in play. Okay, blue mana's in the pool. Is it time? Every time I think it's time on Magic Online, I'm like, I'll just do a few more to be safe. All right, Gyruda's in the hand. I'm going to dress down in response. And then I'm going to go to my turn, and I have to beat the 8 power that's in play and the infinite mana on the board. Gyruda is a legend, but I don't want to bounce it with Karakas, because then we're just in the same situation. Drawing Witherbloom command. Gyruda resolves. Not happy about it. Gotta find some Swords to Plowshares now. Infinite mana just chilling over there. Loam not particularly helpful. Not even anything worth destroying with Witherbloom command, because the lines of diamonds can just come back. How do I get deeper into my deck here? I could just start aggro dredging for Uro. I could Witherbloom command to drain. Right, I'm gonna Witherbloom. Gonna mill myself and deal 2 damage to them. Destroying the LEDs just doesn't matter. Yeah, but my life points might. They have 8 power in play. This drain puts me on a 3-turn clock instead of 2. And then I'm going to tap out immediately for Life from the Loam. Drop. Loam. Just milled over Seeds of Innocence. If I draw... yeah, Seeds doesn't even help me here. These are actual creatures. Okay, what I gotta do is draw a cantrip of some variety. Use my fetch land to Mystic Sanctuary, Swords to the top, cantrip into the Swords, exile the Salvagers, and then I can bounce Gyruda and hope to have a counterspell by the time they have 6 mana again. Alright, here we are. Lots of lethal top decks over there. Or we just attack for 8. And like Mishra's and Urza's Baubles, you can draw your deck with infinite mana and Salvagers. Just set up for next turn. Make sure you have just like 4 Force Wheels in hand going into my turn. Unfortunately, I have Moto that takes forever to set up, and I'm not trying to time my opponent out here, but there is actual game to play. Come on, cantrip. Loam is not it. Fuck. Alright. Endurance can interact. I'm gonna play the fetch land, of course. That is the whole plan here. I can Endurance with Mystical Dispute back up. Mystical Dispute's kind of awkward against infinite mana, but now that they're starting to pile up cards in their hand, the mana's not actually infinite anymore. Oh, Cavern. Uh-oh. If an Urza arrives, they can make infinite mana and flip cards off the top of the deck till I'm dead. There's a lot of ways to go infinite in this deck, is what I'm saying. 1 card in hand. Chosen type is Construct. What construct are you actually casting? Oh, Walking Ballista. Duh. Yeah. That's a good one. I am going to cast Endurance and block Salvagers. I am going to blast their graveyard. They can rebuy Lotus Petal in response if they care. Did not care. If they do have the Ballista in hand, well, I'm dead anyway, so it doesn't matter. They did start to tap mana pre-combat, then change their mind. Second Salvagers. Alright, the Swords of Plowshares just got a lot worse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think that's still the plan. Could get back Brainstorm instead and just try to rip. What does that even look like? I would want Baleful Strix or 2 plows. This feels like the Family Guy meme of like, it could be anything, even a plow. Alright, I am going to get Mystic Sanctuary. I am going to target Swords of Plowshares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have to come up with a mana to cast Gyruda again, and even then we're just rolling the dice. There's Karakas. A really heads-up, crazy good play would be sacking both LEDs in the end step to charge Blast Zone up to 3 and killing my Endurance. Oh no, it looks like they see it. I would have to plow my Endurance to stay alive if this is what's going on. Okay, I go to 5, and then I go to 1 from combat. Alright, yeah, this does look like the play they're committing to. Tight. congrats for seeing that. Well done. And even gets to rebuy the LED. Yeah, having infinite mana is just such a delight. Okay, I'm going to bounce Gyruda in response. If you want to use your LEDs, you're going to discard Gyruda to do it. If you draw land, you can slam Gyruda, but it turns off the blast zone and buys me a turn in another direction. I could also Mystical Dispute if you get cheeky in that direction. No matter what here, I got to spike pretty hard in my draw step. Okay, there's the LED. One mystery card in hand. Gonna plow my endurance and end up at 1 life here. I think taking a draw is better than Dredging Loam. Dredging Loam, I'm trying to hit exactly Uro off 3 cards, but if I take a draw, I get Brainstorm, Ponder, Dress Down, Narset. I get all sorts of second looks. The rip is Uro, though. That's where I want to be with my life. Uro! Uro! Don't Dredge Loam, Uro! Right. I'm dead. I am not going to make them play out. They have 5.5 minutes to click through a game 3. I'm not going to take the extra 10 seconds of combat here. Let's just go to game 3 and try to make it honest. Okay, what do I know now that I didn't know before? Salvager Beatdown is a big thing. I don't know about big thing, but is a thing. Don't think my deck gets better here. They're not really a deck that can tangle with Jace very well. And maybe Jace should be in. If Jace is in, what's out? Is it a Mystical Dispute? Because Dispute doesn't hit Salvagers. And they're a Cavern deck. Yeah, I think I can go down 1 Dispute. And that's the change I'm going to make. Let's go. Okay. I like this hand a lot, actually. I'm going to keep it. I can answer Chalice. I have Force and Ponder. Awkward that I'm leading on Tundra, which does not cast Witherbloom command on turn 2. In case the game ends up lining up that way. Alright, I'll take Uro. Uro's a blue card in a pinch, and it beats the grind if I don't need to pinch. This is a Chalice that I'm going to exile. I'm going to fetch Bayou here. Get all my colors set up. Big black, get out of here. Right, just shuffled away the land. Had to draw the other one that I'm not happy about, but I kept the Uro, and hopefully the Uro dropping 2 lands next turn pulls me ahead. But I get draw step plus Uro card. Do they just go for an unprotected slam here? I have Force, but then I'm functionally hellbent. The Mox Opal is not even close to operational right now. City of Traders is scary. Like, what are you doing with that? Oh, are we just going here? Yeah, another artifact. Oh, if it's Defense Grid, I'm so fucked. Okay, I'm not worried about Ballista. It does turn on Opal. I'll have 1 Hermit. That's scary. But I can't really interact with it here. Alright. Your boy needs a Swords to Plowshares. Ah! Okay. I'm gonna cast Uro. And I would love to find a blue card to go with this Force. It's all coming together. Everything's coming up Millhouse. So I can plow Hermit and force a Salvagers, or vice versa. Tundra triggering City, so it's now or never. Kinda. Arn the Great Creator. Shit. I am going to Swords to Plowshares the Hermit, and then force the Karn, and hope their last card in hand isn't Salvagers. Plow the Hermit. Kind of have to spend the mana here, because or else you lose your Hermit forever. But if you have 2 mana to do something, then I guess you don't have to do that. Alright, I get draw step plus Uro trigger to make something happen. Oh, the Uro... I don't have 3 islands in play. I'm an island short of Uro being able to draw Swords to Plowshares out of my graveyard. Hermit's going to counter my Plow. And then I get to force the Karn. 1 card left in their hand. If it's Salvagers, I'm actually dead. Oh, that's really good. That might even be better than Uro. Can I do both? Not quite. If I destroy Mox Opal, if I hit a land off Uro, I can do both. I could minus Ballista and destroy LED. That's actually kind of interesting. Because then they need to come up with another 2 mana plus the Salvagers to pull ahead, and that turns off Mox Opal with Extreme Prejudice. All right, yeah, I'm actually going to take a turn to do this. Destroy Lion's Eye Diamond and -3/-1 the Ballista. Green, black. They can sack LED and tap Mox Opal to save Ballista, but then they lose the card in their hand, and Opal's still off going into the turn, and now they're Hellbent. I think this is a good play, which is why I made it. Okay, pinging me on the way out, letting Diamond die. All right, I'm going to play my land out because with Uro and Loam in my deck, and I'm not bluffing anything. Let's do it. Land. Right, there's something coming. Urza, okay. It's not Salvagers. It is a pretty powerful spell to rip off the top. An island clears it for me. That's an island. All right. I'm going to play Trop. All right. Play Trop. Fetch the Mystic Sanctuary. Put Plow on top. Hope that I've counted correctly. Blue, blue. Green, green. Yep, plenty of white mana left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, fuck life from the Loam. Leaving my good spells in the deck. Drawing Swords of Plowshares. I'm gonna plow. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna hit Urza. Just not fucking around with that. All right. I got Uro in play, facing down a Construct token. They can't salvage your combo this turn, even if they draw Salvagers. They're short of recurring the LED. I don't think this deck can actually win in a minute 40. Benevolent Geist from the graveyard. Fair enough. Spells can't be countered now. Or non-creature spells can't be countered. Uro, time for you to do Uro things. Attack. Let's find a removal spell. Oh my god. Shadow Realm. Okay. I don't think this game is losable anymore. Yeah, even just buying a turn to draw another card and do all the stuff is probably enough. A Hermit. I have plenty of mana to pay for that, and the other Hermit's already doing that. There are a lot of blockers over there. Prismatic Ending, sure. I'll put the land in now. I got a lot going on here. All right, got a chump block there. I'm just going to chill on the dress down and the endurance. I guess I could have endurance the Malevolent Hermit before the draw step, which also clears the LED. I'm actually going to do that. Yeah, I talked myself into it. Green, blue, green. Yeah, with the Walking Ballista and LED and the Hermit, this endurance turns off Salvagers as a draw even. Yeah, I wasn't going to do that just for Hermit. Then I remembered there's 2/3 of an infinite combo chilling over there too. Okay, their clock's about to run out, but I'm pretty confident I'm winning this game anyway. Making a construct, sure. Still attacking. Pernicious Deed, huh? I hope I get to activate Deed before they time out. Yeah. Black, green, colorless, Pernicious Deed. Pop it for 0. That kills Mox Opal, Urza Saga, Seed of the Synod, and the Construct token, leaving all of my things behind. And that there was just enough time to activate that. That was a sweet match. GG's opponent. Cool deck, scary deck. But the splash damage, 8 cast hate was too much. A positive record in May of 2022 with Dark Bant. It might be June by the time you see this, but this deck's been pretty irrelevant for a month or two at this point, but still put up the positive record. The thing that I was talking about of how hard you have to work with this deck came true. 3 of the 5 rounds, clocks were at seconds remaining. At least one player's clock was under 5 minutes for 3 of the 5 rounds. And we ended up losing 2 of those matches 2-1, and we won one of those matches 2-1. So 3 of the matches went all the way to time and narrow victories one way or the other. So you're working really hard to come up just a little short more often than not. That's what I don't like about the deck right now. We did see the deck flex. It did all the things that it wanted to do. We never got Pop, never got Blood Moon, never got Ruinationed. We did get to just outgrind a infinite mana combo. We outground Is It Murktide with Unlicensed Hearse. That was in play for several turns, controlling my Uros and shit, and we still won that game. handled a creature deck. This deck should just handle every creature deck. That's kind of what it's built to do. Between the Strixes, the 7 spot removal spells, the Witherbloom command, it's really nasty against creature decks, and I'm glad we won the tribal matchup that we faced against. We did get to showcase the deck. I'll count that as a win. Also, a positive record is just a genuine win on this channel. I'm frequently on the storyline of battling back against an 0-5, but positive record with a deck that I love dearly, but cannot recommend in good conscience if you actually want to play a tournament, if you want to ever eat lunch between rounds, if you ever just want an easy round. This deck is hard, and the difficulty is not really worth it in the metagame right now. If you want to play control, I strongly recommend Jeskai or Grixis, or even like, I guess I wouldn't recommend a 4-color deck, a non-green 4-color deck, because then you have the same problems with the bad mana. But Jeskai and Grixis, I think, are both good right now. Check those out if you really want to play counterspells and planeswalkers as your win condition. But this deck has a special place in my heart. I'm glad we put up a positive record with it. We did basically everything that the deck does, and every card got a chance to shine. I'm going to leave it there. Hunter, thank you for asking me to revisit my beloved Dark Bant. Everyone else, thanks for sticking through this video that I'm sure is going to end up longer than average, but you come here for blue mirrors, right? Or long, grindy blue gameplay. That's kind of my thing. I'm glad you all stuck through it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Patreon. I just posted a primer and sideboard guide for Izzet Delver, a deck that I've put up 3 top 8s in a row in paper tournaments with over the past month. Check that out. That's all over there on Patreon, and I will see you next time.